The first guy we're going to talk about is one of the more explosive and one of the more technical players that I have seen. It is really unique to see a guy like AJ Pena is one of those players that absolutely finds his way to the quarterback. Doesn't matter if he's rushing off the right or left edge, moves inside, if he's blocked initially, if he's a guy that finds his way to the quarterback after being double teamed, whatever it is that stands in his way, AJ Pena gets there. He did it for 3 years at Rhode Island, transferred this past December to Memphis, and then AJ Pena moved on and he took his game to the transfer portal for whatever team ends up with him. We will see what happens, and I'm sure he's been contacted by many people. Let's not kid ourselves. Tampering is rampant in the transfer portal era. More on that in another podcast. But this young man is 6'2", 235, and his stats are through the roof. I don't care what level you play at, they are through the roof. In the last 3 seasons combined, he has over 1,800 snaps. He is a guy that just last year alone, this is hard to fathom, but this is from Pro Football Focus, 45 pressures, 16 sacks, 5 hits on the quarterback, and 24 hurries. His PFF grades are as follows. Defense, 77.2. Run defense, 83.2. Tackling, 77.5. Pass rush, this doesn't make sense based on all his pressures, but 67.3. Coverage, 69.1. If you can rush like he does, I don't care what you do in coverage. He played outside linebacker in their scheme, and he would put his hand in the dirt. Depending on the play, sometimes they had him standing up in a wide 7, coming at an angle. Sometimes he literally was in a 3-point stance. They mixed it up at Rhode Island, and he did move inside in obvious passing downs. His YouTube clips that I found, whoever did the job with that, by the way, hats off. They did a really good job. If you want to watch video of AJ Pena, it's a blast. That's a big-time player. I'm surprised that he went to Memphis first. I'm surprised he didn't end up at least an ACC school, if not an SEC or Big Ten program. And that is my projection for AJ Pena. You can't deny his explosiveness and his technique. The very first clip, the offensive tackle's in pretty good position. At the very last moment before contact, he dips his natural bend, and the tackle just goes right over him with his arm and barely skims the top of his helmet. Right around, quarterback hits the ground. It's just textbook. The timing and the attributes that he has for figuring out what move to go with during any given play, really, really impressive. I was happy to watch most of that film. Now, as it relates to Pena and his ability to transition to the P4 level, you can't say for sure how it's going to go. But again, if you've got 45 pressures and 16 sacks just last year, you're going to have some production. And he's a really strong guy. Like, you see him walk up to the line of scrimmage, the way he's built in his upper body, he's put in the time. There's no doubt. And he's played 3 years, so he's done this consistently. He was actually pretty decent as a freshman. He had 261 snaps during the 2022 season. Then he had 612 and 23, 932 last year during an FCS run with Rhode Island. I see no reason for him not to be a guy that ends up being a major player at a program if they use him right. Is he going to line up play after play on first down and 10 against a 320-pound offensive tackle and bang? Not really, but he's a guy that will cause some havoc and create enough big plays. That tackle is a little skittish about how he goes downhill at him, because if you miss, you got a really elite, twitchy pass rusher coming downhill, whether it's a running back, a receiver sweep, quarterback in his natural drop, whatever it is, they're going to be in a situation he's got a clear path. You can't be overzealous against AJ Pena. As you look at his stats overall, there's 3 other things that I just put down, just words when I was going through his film, just jotting them down. Technician, versatility, all out. Those are the terms that I used. All out, let's start with that. He was in on plays from the backside or he was blocked consistently for a good deal of a play, but he just never, ever gives up. Love that. And it's contagious. As for the edge or the inside, as I mentioned a little bit ago, 3rd down and 6, you might see him in a 3-tech. Now, that's at the FCS level, but that doesn't mean you can't move him to middle linebacker and do stunts. That doesn't mean you can't do some fire zone with him. You could also play him in a wide 7 like he has done at Rhode Island. Who knows? But there's versatile play. And then finally, the technician. He has a bevy of moves. The dip, the bend, the ability to use his arm. His rip move is really good. He is a natural pass rusher. He's got a penchant for it that you cannot teach. I think he's going to be one of the more coveted players in the transfer portal. And I also think that AJ Pena is going to be a guy that most teams will make a serious offer to. His NIL package should be pretty good for somebody, because if you add just even a good rotational pass rusher to a good team, I don't know, it could be Texas A&M, it could be Missouri, it could be Southern Cal, it could be anybody. That changes the opportunity to win games. I mean, maybe make a playoff run. Pass rushers are always at a